and welcome to another betting special annual tradition of Cucco Attack Fantasy Games Betting Spectacular League E3 2025 betting special all in spirit because E3 is dead, but it's Summer Game Fest, and yes, we are here. At least 4 of us out of 6. So, because I'm guessing probably families and kids, but with us, as always, I'm Patrick Hughes, and my co-host,
Chad Hembrock.
And then our other wonderful fancy critic guest, we have the cheap ones to dish.
Hello.
And new to this season, Mr. Mike.
Hello.
But yeah, so are you guys ready to make some fantasy critic bets of the most silly nature?
Woo! I said, are you ready?
All right.
See.
And I rebuilt this presentation because I don't have Microsoft Office Suite anymore. So get ready for some fancy transitions here because this is in Canva. But for those who are unfamiliar or joining us for the first time, how this works. So each player in our Fantasy Critic League is going to get a fictional 1,000 E-bucks, as I air quote off camera. And you must bet in increments of 50, so I can have easy math to figure out. Teams must bet on at least 10 categories. We're going to have 15 bets presented. You have to bet on at least 10 of them. Teams must bid all of their E-bucks, so no leftover E-bucks are not worth anything. You've got to bid it all and hope to see what you get back. And then just for clarification of what is a eligible showcase, E3 pertains to the Summer Game Fest Kickoff or any developer showcases between now through the end of June, because like Sony sometimes does it like end of May because they're weird. And then showcases in the month of July are valid to be included as well if they are announced before the end of June. So if like Nintendo was like, we're doing a direct the first week of July, that would be eligible as long as they announce that by June.
Cool.
So, the odds. The odds have been determined by various collected polls from Fantasy Critic and NPC communities. So I send out the surveys, they filled it out, and they represent our betting odds here. So, the lower the odds, the bigger the payout you'll get. So here's a like little fictional example. If the bet was Mario takes off his hat with 80% odds for yes and 20% odds for no. And each player put on 100 on like yes and no. If yes was correct, you get 125 bucks because the odds are 80%. If no was correct and Mario did not remove his ad, then the payout would be $500 for that player who bid on no. So lower odds, bigger payout, but that's because this is less likely to happen. So, and last but not least, the prize. So the consensus of the group was to basically leave it the same, but there was a little talk of maybe adding a little budget to the prize, which I'm kind of, if you want to change that, we can, but I'm saying first place, golden ticket, as has always been. Player gets to drop any game, released or unreleased, from their team at no cost. Does not apply to counter picks. So basically, think of it as a free redo, or dropping a game that's hype factor is way too big for you to ever afford to drop. And then I'm saying we should add a little budget to the team, because what's the point of having a free slot if you can't afford to put anything into it? So
I'm cool with
any objections are cool. Yeah, keeps it simple, but refines it a little bit. And
Wasn't there
with
also
that
some
said,
talk about prizes for like second or third or something?
there was, but I think there was more consensus just to keep it the first place. Do we want to have second and third place? Because now's the time, or forever hold our peace.
I'm fine with it the way it is, especially since Brian and Chris aren't here at the moment. So.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
true.
okay with it.
Leave it as is. I think they'll be fine with an extra 15
Yeah.
bucks going to
I
anyone
think
else.
so.
Then majority rules.
If
so...
anybody happens, yes. All right.
We can further discuss this for next year.
Yeah.
Then what you see on screen is what the prize is, and it's being recorded into history for this year. So,
Sounds good. That'll
with
be
that out of the
bonus.
way, yeah, I think it's fair. Like, I like to think when I see a problem, we should fix it. And when I saw Chris had $0, I was like, this prize is useless to him. I
That's
feel bad
true.
for that. So
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. But he's
So-
also the one that spent all his money the first week of the season. so-
it's true. It's true.
So
But it's kind of a game design flaw, and I was like,
Yeah.
if I was a designer, I'd fix it
True.
right now. So,
no, it's fair. I have no problems with it.
all right. With that said, then we can begin the bets. Starting with bet number 1. Silk Song gets a specific release date or window, not just a year, or shadow drops. So we have 76% for yes, 23% for no. Who's got a bet? And I will record it on this little spreadsheet right here, which I'm recording all the bets. So
those numbers are what the community thinks right now?
Yes.
that is what the community voted, and also represents the betting odds. So if you bid 100 on no, you'll get a bigger payout, but do you think it's really not going to happen? Most people think it will happen. So, for example, I'm going to bet yes, and I'm just trying to think of how much I want to bet.
I'm betting yes.
Oh, we got 2 for yes. All right, all right.
I mean, I don't see how they don't give you a date at this point. 'cause it's- But I mean, the only thing that we've heard it's definitive is that it will be playable at some Australian thing in September.
I'm just going to put 50 on yes. You know, like, yeah.
And the fact that the payouts like low, it's kind of I don't know. I don't even know if I want to bet on it.
That's
right
also,
now.
oh no, it's safe money. You can just pass for now.
Yeah, I mean, I might come back to it.
You can come
That's-
back. You can
yeah.
come back. All right, Mike. How much do you want to bet on this?
How much are we getting altogether?
Agreed.
We got 1,000 total. Yeah. You can bid in increments of 50. So
50.
50 is your smallest. All right. So we got 2 for yes, and Sadish, you're passing for now, or
Well, as an American
Are you-
skeptic of Silk Song in the number 3,
as your team name is.
yes, I have to bet on 2 of these. It's an imperative. So no on Silk Song Day.
Okay. How
But-
much?
100.
100 for now. All right.
Spicy. Off the
I like
top.
it. I like it. All right. I think we're good there.
No,
And we
hold
didn't
on.
get our
In the
bids
betting.
from Nolt. He bids 100 on yes from this. We'll have to get Chris's later after the fact.
Okay.
So if I win, hold on. The reverse. I'm so bad at the betting stuff. So the community says 23%. The odds is no,
Yeah.
Yes.
which means
Do you want to learn what percent payout that would be?
actually
Because I
no,
got the calculator right here.
Yeah. Take a look myself.
You would get $434 if that is correct.
And if it's a yes,
Oh, if it's a yes.
if I
then
went for yes, then it would be much less. Correct. If it does,
it'd be
count.
$131. Yeah.
Understood. So the lower the number means the higher the.
The bigger the payout.
All right.
So you're chasing the money here.
Yes. So okay. So that's good.
Okay.
I don't know why he's
If it
chasing,
happens.
he's just gonna not spend it.
All right. We can come back to this later, but let's go on to bet number 2, which is PlayStation and or Microsoft reveal new hardware. So if either of them reveal new hardware, that's a yes. Otherwise, no. Which is 40-60 odds. And for like a clarification, controllers or whatnot is not new hardware. It has to be something that is like actually playable, which we kind of had a debate before with the PlayStation Portal,
Yeah.
which we deemed was hardware.
Yeah.
So
it's a new way to play.
anything of
so.
that minimum, yeah.
So I look at it that way. Yeah, I definitely.
The alarm
agree.
clocks do not count.
Yeah, that's.
What'd you say?
Up for debate.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
He said alarm clocks don't count.
Yeah, I'd say no for that.
No peripherals. We're talking. Well, I guess because Portal's technically a peripheral.
A device you can play a game on that is new.
Yeah. Everything is an Xbox.
This lunchbox is an Xbox.
Can be if you put a TV in.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of rumors of, like, for whatever reason, Microsoft releasing something new as well as a handheld from both of them. Both companies apparently have, like, Switch competitors on the horizon.
On horizon.
Based
yes.
on...
But then again, there's all this, like,
But tariffs
console
and
price
everything else,
increases and stuff. Yeah, is this the time?
Yeah. So...
I'm gonna go 50 yes, though. 50 yes. Just because, I don't know. I like the fact that I could be either or. I don't know. I'm tricking myself.
I'm gonna bet 50 on no.
50 no.
I'm gonna go 100.
Alright.
I'm gonna go 100 on yes.
100 yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 100 yes.
I wanna yes. Alright, Sadish, you're gonna get in on this action? You don't have to.
Did we lose him?
Yeah.
He's there.
No.
He's
I'm gonna.
thinking. He's thinking.
No. I'll skip
He's
this.
passing. Alright.
Alright.
Oh, and just out of curiosity, McNulty bid 100 yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spreadsheet.
Alright, moving on to bet number 3. Nintendo showcases an unannounced first-party game slated for 2025, which will retail pre-orders at their upper tier game rate, i.e. the equivalent going rate as their $80 Mario Kart World. So this bet is for all you 3D Mario believers out there,
I was gonna say
with a little extra wiggle room. A little extra wiggle room just in case it's not 3D Mario, but something big holiday. And the odds are very even here, almost 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a safe bet, but I'm not here for safe bets.
I mean, if you feel strongly one way or the other, it's a way to get your money back, but I might pass on this one for now.
Yeah,
So is
Even
this-
though I have 3D Mario on my team, I'm getting nervous.
Is this saying that this whatever this potential game is would have to be $80?
yes.
Correct. Yes, that is a stipulation.
I want to say 50 on yes.
Yeah, I was kind
50 on yes.
I was thinking the same thing, honestly.
Should I put you down as well?
Yeah, go ahead. 50 for now.
Have
Alright.
they ever had a game for $80?
Yep, Mario Kart World.
Mario Kart World, right there.
Oh, as their $80. Okay.
Yes. So
When did
that
that
is
come
their
out?
new.
It comes out June 5th.
It's coming out June 5th. Yeah.
Oh, it's coming out. Okay, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of discourse in
Unannounced.
the community about
Yes.
game prices.
As part of the joke of this being one of the bets. So. But all right, and McNulty bet 100 on yes. So. But yeah, I'm gonna pass. Are you passing, Sadish?
Yeah, I'm passing.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it there
Okay.
for now and see what else we got.
We'll
throughout
see.
the-
We'll see.
Maybe I'll switch some stuff around before we close out the bets.
Switch it up. Next bet 4. Jeff Keighley bros out with Kojima, either on stage or video call during Summer Games Fest Kickoff.
That's 200 yes.
That's
That's
200 yes.
Yeah, that's like
I'm-
guaranteed.
100
My
on yours.
hesitation. Oh, we got 100 yes. Okay. You all believe in this is just like absolute.
I mean, is there something?
I mean,
that
Kojima does
not
have a lot
aware
of games.
But
He has a
he's-
lot of games in the works.
I mean,
but
he's there every year.
Death Stranding 2 comes out in June as well, so
Yeah, but that
like-
doesn't mean that he won't have some other project that Jeff's like, oh my god,
yeah.
here he is.
Yeah.
Let's wear matching turtle dove diamond encrusted things.
Oh, I'm gonna go 100 no, just because I'm gonna chase the money.
You want the better
Like,
payout, yeah.
Kojima's a busy man. He's a busy man.
I'm gonna follow Patrick because I feel like, yeah, it's weird. Something about this year seems off.
So how much?
Because
are
yeah,
you
the only thing is Death Stranding, or correct?
Well, that's the one that has a release date and it's coming out in June. But he's also working on like OD, whatever that movie came with. Peel, comedian,
Peele?
and then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then he's also working on some other, I think, like Xbox exclusive, or I don't know.
Yeah. OD.
I don't know if that's like the same project or there's another one. I can't keep track of this guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
But how much
Isn't
this?
is the
How much-
one that says it's a game that looks and feels like a movie. But I don't know. Yeah, it's we have no
I don't know, dude.
no information on any of these.
Dude is there every year on stage. So at a minimum, I could definitely see a video call happening. So I'm gonna chase the yes on that one.
You're probably not wrong, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go.
Okay, I might drop it down to 50.
okay, 50 for no for Sadish.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll Maybe
All
I'll
right.
adjust, but for now, I'm gonna go with yes.
And then we got 100 for yes from McNulty. So, all right. Moving on to bet number 5. A new God of War game is announced featuring a Greek setting and/or Greek ideas, i.e., it takes place back in Greece, or has a clear type of new gameplay / is a spin-off for the God of War series. Does that make sense? I was playing with the word Greek here, but basically it's either in Greece or it's a spin-off, is what I'm trying to say. It's like not God of War, but it is God of War.
Whoa.
So you're saying maybe it's like a maybe
It could be like a strategy game, or it could be just a
Or
totally
it could
different
be
type
like-
of gameplay style.
or it could be like telling the story of how he left Greece, like that middle area, like how he like, because all
As
of a
long as
sudden
it has
he
a
was
Greek setting in there, then that would count. Yeah.
What if they change the name from God of War to like Son of War and it's Loki's story? Does that count as a spin-off?
Yeah, does it have to have Kratos in it?
I think as long as it's tied to the God of War series, it will
Oh,
count.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think about how like Ragnarok ended, and like what if they would do anything like future, like with the story from that,
Jeez.
or
How much is God of War now?
surprise it's not included. Have you not played Ragnarok yet, Sadish?
No, I have not played Ragnarok.
Oh man, and I didn't play the first one for like 4 years, and I played them both back to back. So much fun.
You did.
Oh my God, it's $70.
Still?
Yeah.
You better buy it now. It's only going to get more expensive.
Yeah.
Why would it get
Yeah.
more expensive?
Because everything's
They're
going up.
raising prices, man. At least Xbox just did, so PlayStation's gonna follow next.
You know why it's gonna get higher.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah.
And, it's
I'm joking.
$50 on
For
Steam.
listeners.
Oh yeah, I forgot it is on PC now too. Dude, I'm sure just follow the deals. I'm sure it'll pop up on
Yeah.
either a digital sale or a Black Friday $20 sale or something. It's a PlayStation
me,
Classic hit at this point. Just wait. Or you can borrow mine. I can just let you borrow mine. I don't care.
No, that's true.
I'm gonna
I'll tell
pass
you.
on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this one too, at least for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. It's too
I'm-
out there for me. It doesn't make any sense.
I just don't know how I feel one way or the other, so if I need to bet on a 10th game, then I'll come back to this, but
Yeah, I'll wait as well.
Alright,
I'll
well,
follow
passing.
the crowd on this one.
McNulty at least bet on this one, so he said 50 on no, so chasing the money, little money.
There you go.
Next, we got bet number 6. The Xbox Showcase mentions Game Pass verbally and or via on-screen text 35 or more times.
35.
For
That's a lot of
reference,
announcements.
it sounds like a lot. That is the exact number they referenced last year. I counted just to have as a basis for this bet. So
Yeah.
Just to
the
make
real question
Patrick
is,
annoyed.
are they going to say it more than they did last year? Or less?
But who's actually gonna count these?
So,
Patrick, and that's why I'm betting.
that's why I'm betting
If
yes.
somebody makes
100 on no.
I have to count. Yes, I will review the footage and count. So what was that, Sadish? How much?
100 on no.
100 on no.
Yeah.
What about you, Chad?
I'll get on that action too. Give me 100 on no.
That's God of War, dude.
What's that?
Oops. Oh, I'm putting it wrong on the spreadsheet. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Let's say 50 on now.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah, that's like
So many
I
notes.
do
So many
enjoy
notes.
making Patrick count meaningless things.
You know what? You're all making me count, and
You
I
might as well
believe
bet
X-
if we're making you count.
I am, and I believe Xbox is gonna just keep pushing Game Pass more and more every year. I'm gonna go 50 on yes.
Yeah, it's possible.
I believe. It's the future of Xbox. No one's gonna buy their systems anymore that are like $700.
Oh, 100%. Especially when it's like that's why I didn't buy an Xbox last gen. That was like the main reason why I was like, why would I buy a Series X? One, my Xbox One was like, dude, remember that time we tried to play Cuphead on it? It was so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I ended up just running like a 50-foot HDMI cable from the PC to the projector because it was like, this is awful. And then like that thing is such trash. And yeah, I know the fact that you can get everything on PC, even if it's not Game Pass, like you can just buy it from the Microsoft Store on your PC for the most part. It's like there's no reason. As long as your PC is good enough to play, it's like who cares?
All right. So we all bid on this one, except for McNulty, actually. So it's all of us this time. McNulty did not know I would have to count if someone bid. So bet number 7: new content, free or paid, doesn't matter, is announced to be coming for Mario Kart World. Do we think Nintendo has DLC plans this early in its life?
$100 on yes.
All right, 100 on
What?
yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chad on that one.
I'm saying 50 on yes.
Okay. So we got 3 yes bids. I'm assuming you're the same value as Chad, Sadish.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because the game drops in June 5th. I could totally see them doing
Yeah.
something by the end of June. being like coming soon. Even if there's like new content, that would include like a new character or something like that as well, right?
Something, yeah.
Like some sort of announcement. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. You know what? You convince. I'm gonna do 100. I was gonna do 50. I'll do 100.
Because I could totally see them being like, because like, especially if it's like just Mario characters at the moment, and they're like, oh, guess what? At the end of the month, you can play as Link, and it's like, oh, okay, like something stupid like that. I could see that happening.
Yeah. All they have to do is like tease a little bit of it. Like even if it's something like far from the future, they'll be like,
Yeah, if they're just teasing
they,
it,
they want the momentum.
I can totally see them teasing it, especially since it's $80. I can totally see them like now, especially with all the backlash, like them trying to like rush in, like, you know, hey, you know, it's out now, but in the future, get ready for, you know, map updates for online tournaments or some sort of like, you know, I could totally see that coming up.
The only world where I like don't see it happening is if they wanted to like save like for a later direct like a big bunch of content updates all at once.
Maybe like a VGA announcement or something like that at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I could see that too. So,
but
yeah, it's not a bad bet, I don't think. Especially with how DLC works. I mean, look how many games come out have DLC planned before they even get announced. Like the game's not even. It'll be like, this is our...
even Breath of the Wild like had DLC announced like before it was like.
Yeah, well that's Breath of the Wild came out in, you know, March, and it was like DLC came out. That was VGA. That's when the DLC dropped.
Yeah.
So that's why it might drop in VGA, but I don't know. I would put it past them.
I like it.
Especially with like Smash. Like Smash 2, they were like, hey, Piranha Plant. You can get, like, and it was like the same week that the game came out, they announced that. Or something like, it was like very close to like release, I remember. So, alright, cool. Good one.
Alright, and McNulty put 50 for yes as well, so we all think it's coming. We know Nintendo, they want money. Coming up next, this is an interesting one. 3 or more numbered sequels and or remakes by Square are showcased. So for a few examples of games you might be familiar, they could talk about Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake, Dragon Quest 12, Final Fantasy 7 Integrate for Switch 2, the rumored Final Fantasy 9 Remake, Kingdom Hearts 4, all of those would count, and more. As long as it has a number in it, it's made by Square. So 3 out of those 5.
I want to
or
omit,
something else. Yeah.
I want to omit like games switching consoles.
Why?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I like to think of this more as like new announcements. I guess a new announcement would be like a game's like going like.
But it's new.
I don't know.
Because Switch doesn't.
Yeah, I guess,
Final
but
Fantasy
it's still the
7.
same game. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
For
the purposes of this bet, that's not being omitted just because that wasn't conveyed to the polls, so the odds would be skewed.
Yeah. I mean, as of now, they've only announced Final Fantasy 7 Remake, the initial.
But the challenging part about this bet is there's no guarantee they even show the games we know about. Like, they showed Dragon Quest 1 plus 2 HD Remake in the like previous Switch Direct. Doesn't mean they have to show it again.
Doesn't have a date yet, though.
It doesn't.
So
yeah.
I would imagine they're going to show that. Same with, like... Is Integrate the first chapter, or is it the second?
It's the first one.
Okay, yeah. So
it's the first game. It just includes the like DLC with Yuffie. So that's all.
That's been shown, but it hasn't. I don't remember if there was a date on that or not. If that was launched or something else, I don't remember.
Oh man. I guess I'll put 50 on yes.
Yeah, put me for 50 too.
Oops, what did I just do? I think I was clicked on this. How do I get rid of that timer?
Click off of it.
There we go. Sorry. So what you're gonna put 50 on yes also? So
Yeah. I'll do 50.
Yeah. All right. I gotta start bidding some like bigger amounts somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to just keep track of what I'm like typing down what I'm bidding and what I'm not, and then I'll readjust.
You're at 600 total right now, Chad. Just FYI.
Let's see. Yep, you're correct.
I can show real quick if you
you're
want.
fine. You're fine.
You're right there. I have the totals.
Yep.
Like,
I'm typing it up so I can keep track myself. Ooh.
All right.
Colorado just scored 2-0 in Game 7. Anyway, sorry.
All right. Anyone else getting in on this action?
No, I think we'll skip it.
Yeah, I skipped this
All
one.
right. All right. This right here has been McNulty's biggest bet yet. 150 on yes.
That's
Whoa.
still square.
I feel like
You have to go
it's,
down.
I think it makes sense.
Oh
'cause,
yeah.
like,
You're right. Yeah.
Like 4 of those games have already been like announced. So
3 of them have been announced,
Yeah.
and one's heavily rumored. Oh, I guess Kingdom Hearts 4 has technically been announced too, but I don't know.
so
Yeah.
we just don't have dates. So if they're gonna show them, they're
Yeah.
probably gonna get a date. So it makes sense, like especially when they've got this like year's release date.
Yeah. All right, next. Resident Evil's next entry is shown and is confirmed to be first-person gameplay.
Would that
Is it,
include like if they do another remake?
If it's first person, but it probably wouldn't be a remake if it's first person.
That is a bit of caveat, yeah. Like any next entry Resident Evil game counts, be it a remake or something, but first person does seem to lend towards the newer games.
Yeah. I mean, they still haven't announced Resident Evil 9, right?
They have not.
But I feel like it was pretty heavily rumored last year, and we didn't get it.
It didn't happen.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it could be in the place this year. Because last year we got the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah.
That everyone
I'm
loved.
gonna put 100 yes. I'm gonna put 100 yes.
Yeah, I'll put 100.
Yeah, I'm going with yes, too.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna do
Sure.
100 on yes as well.
Yeah, I'm going 100 yes.
What about you? 100, all hundreds.
I'm gonna say 50 on it.
Alright. 50 on yes. Respectable. Alright. And McNulty chose to skip this one, so interesting. Not a Resident Evil believer.
Yeah, those games are. Everyone really loves the like first person like ones. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the pattern is like it's time because they just had RE4 remake, so
yeah, and then they had RE3. So since 8 came out, they had the RE3 remake and the RE4 remake.
you're right.
Maybe even
Yeah.
2. The RE2 remake may have even come out since 8.
Oh no. Village came out after
Did
RE2.
it? Okay. I know 3 and
Pretty
4.
sure.
3 and 4 were like very like recent. So.
Yeah. Alright, bet number 10. This is an interesting one, inspired by the Fantasy Critic Discord, as they've had numerous debates about is this the year of the ninja or the year of the mouse? There will be more games featuring ninjas than mice. Mice being the animal or anthropomorphic, not computer peripheral, in the Summer Game Fest Kickoff. So, 70% said yes if you're Team Ninja, 30% say no if you're Team Mouse.
This is just in the Summer Game Fest.
Just Summer
Showcase?
Game Fest Kickoff. Yes, because I'm not going to count every single showcase or how many Ninja Mice games there are.
What is it?
Give
What if
me
it's an
some sanity.
anthropomorphic ninja?
If
Hey.
it's like Splinter or something,
Splinter? As in Splinter Cell?
As in
no
Splinter,
Splinter like from Ninja Turtles.
the Master of
Oh,
Ninja.
oh.
Yeah. If that's the case, then it counts for both, and thus it's kind of
Yeah, I
you know,
figured.
doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna put 100 on yes.
100 on yes. All right.
that there will be more ninjas.
There are a lot of ninja games this year,
We got
like
Shinobi,
between the Ninja Gaiden. Just for clarification, someone was discussing this on the Fantasy Critic Discord. They say rats are not mice. Do we agree on that?
I agree.
Yeah, rats and mice are totally different.
So then Splinter
Okay.
wouldn't
They're still
matter.
rodents, though.
So if we're gonna be that technical, we want to be sure like it's ninjas and not like samurai or anything. So also yes.
So like Ghost of Yeti is.
Yeah,
Is that
yotai. That's samurai, not ninja.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. Just so you have a frame of mind when making the bet. Okay. See, part of me wants to bet mouse just because like that could count as so many things, but the rat technicality does make that difficult. But there are lots
I
of
was
mouse
going to
games
bring up.
too.
I was going to bring up like if we were
Mouse
gonna...
PI and Winter's Burrow, Mina the Hollow, where there's so many mouse games. Would they be at
Moss.
Summer Game Fest though?
If they do like a Moss,
Moss?
sequel or
Ooh,
remake.
Moss 3 would be great, yeah. And then,
But you said
the
you
odds.
said
Mm.
anthropomorphic, so it doesn't have to be a mouse. It can be like any
Correct.
animal.
It could be like a red wall kind of mouse critter person. Yeah.
What about let me think. I was gonna say something and I lost it. Lost my train.
I'm gonna put 150 on no. I'm gonna do 150 no.
I think I'm gonna skip it for now.
Because I feel this is good. This could have a good payout if it works. Or I could just be throwing away my money.
By featuring, see, this is the thing. When you say featuring, anthropomorphic, which means not just an animal. They're
I might end up lowering that bet. I'm putting it 150 for now, but
okay.
Would like Astrobot count because of the mouse power up?
No, I wouldn't
I'm just
consider
gonna say
it. I
no.
consider that as just like a power up,
Okay.
as like just something you put over Astrobot, and Astrobot is not an animal or a ninja.
yeah, I'm gonna probably have to agree. It has to be living,
Sure.
since we said no computer peripherals.
Yeah. No, just throwing it out there is something like just thinking.
Yeah,
So.
I like it. I like it.
Cause that's like the like I started thinking about like different things of like mice in games, and I'm like, oh, that was so good. And I
Also,
want
it doesn't. Okay,
and I
so
want more
here's the thing.
Astrobot.
So we need to also like clarify like anthropomorphic. It doesn't have to be specific like moss or like what's that
Right.
other game where it's literally like they look like a regular mouse or a regular animal, but they
Yeah.
act like humans. So that's still
Anthropomorphic is basically covering the base of it. Could be a
Right.
mouse that stands or
right.
something.
We're not
or
so
wears clothes.
that means it doesn't include like
It's gonna be like anime girls that are mice with big titties.
that's still
Like, is that
considered
gonna be
like furries count as anthropomorphic. I consider that.
Yes. If you can
Um,
clearly distinguish as the mouse person, then
Yes.
yes.
But if it's an animal that acts like that animal, it does not count.
I feel like we are looking like at those
So, like-
Animorph covers, and we're trying to like distinguish what point is this a mouse and not a mouse
So, like,
anymore.
So like what is it? Cats? Meow? Whatever. What was that game called?
You're gonna be way more specific. There were like 100 cat games.
Man, you know what I'm talking about.
Right?
Little Kitty Big City. Stray.
Yes, Stray. So
Okay. I'm just naming cat games.
right. So Stray,
Gato Roboto?
it's a cat that acts like a cat. Therefore, does
Cat.
not count. Correct?
It's a cat.
'Cause it's a
Correct.
cat, not a mouse. But if there's a mouse in it,
You know what
is
I
the
mean?
mouse
He's not
featured?
anthropomorphic.
If
You
he eats
control
the-
him.
If
You
he eats the
control him,
mouse-
but he's still
Right, he
a
acts
cat.
like a cat.
He looks like a cat and he acts like a cat.
To be clear for this bet, you don't have. It doesn't have to be the main character. It just has
No,
to be
I
a
get
game
it.
featuring. Yeah.
So if he ate the mouse,
this
the
could
mouse
be
would be featured,
enemies or
and that would
townsfolk.
So that would
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
Monster Hunter,
Mhm.
because you have the Palicos.
What's a palico? I don't know what a palico is.
They're the cats in Monster
Oh,
Hunter.
those are the cats. Why are you on cat stuff? We are talking about mice.
We're talking about anthropomorphic creatures,
They go
okay?
hand in hand.
Okay, yes, that would be a cat.
But they don't act like cats. They act like people,
Yeah, I'm not
They
voting
cook,
on
But
this.
for
and they fight and whatnot. So, but they're not the main characters. You know what I mean? They're there.
yes,
They're an important part, but they would count as an anthropomorphic character for this bet.
correct. If this was a bet about cats, they would count. You're correct.
Yes.
Okay, he understands. Are you betting?
I'm
No.
skipping this. Oh, that's all. No bets.
All bet. Okay, just as a quick FYI, Sadish, you are at 5 games you have not bid for. So unless you bid for all of these next ones, you have to go back and bid for something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So we're moving on. Oh, McNulty did not bet on that one. So okay, small action on that one. Next, we got the Persona Green bet, as I call it. Persona game premieres at a green corporate showcase and/or features a green color scheme. So basically, what I'm saying is a Persona remake or spinoff is first shown off at a Microsoft showcase, aka the green corporate showcase, or Persona 6 is shown at any showcase because, as all the rumors and heavily hinting from Atlas has indicated, the next Persona game is going to be green.
Is that color
Is it-
scheme a thing for the Persona games?
Oh yeah, like I forget which one's which, but there was the yellow Persona, I think 3, blue I think is 4, 5 was red, and the next one they've heavily hinted is going to be green. So
Huh. I did not
if you
know.
think that Microsoft is gonna get first dibs on the Persona remake or Persona 6 is gonna be shown, bid yes. If you think neither of those things will happen, bid no. Or you can pass.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
All right.
How many have I skipped so far?
You have skipped 3, so you're doing good. You can skip 2 more if you want. Yeah.
I'll do 50 no. Why not? That's a lot of
50
money there.
I'm looking at those odds and I'm tempted. I'm
Yeah, I put
thinking
100 on
this
now.
year is more leaning towards the remake and not Persona 6.
Didn't they just
So,
do a remake
said-
though? Didn't they just do a remake of 3 or 4, something like that?
They did, but I think it's been more heavily rumored that the Persona 4 remake is coming.
Plus,
Like I think there's almost like a website been hinted at.
I don't feel like those games come to Microsoft though. I feel like the fan base is PlayStation or Switch. Like I don't know, because especially with like Xbox
Yeah.
not being big in Japan, like I don't know. I don't. So that's kind of my thinking about it too. But I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna
safe.
go 100 now.
I'm gonna go low on
100
50 for
now.
now, and maybe I'll change it up when we review.
All right, he said 100 as well as the dish, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then McNult bid 150 yes. So we got a Persona believer.
Ooh, Dallas scored 2-1.
Oh,
Oh man, Celeste. Oh, Earthblade was
I know.
canceled completely.
I kind of made myself a little sad putting that image in, but I was having trouble finding PNGs that represent double jumps well, and like Celeste is the best double jump ever.
Yeah.
So this bet is a go-to in our betting specials, but 10 or more double jumps are seen during Summer Game Fest Kickoff. Are you going to make me count again this year?
Yes,
Oh,
100. Yes.
Yes.
All right, I got 100 for both of you.
Sure.
Are you saying
why
yes
not?
or no?
I'll say yes.
I'll say 50 on now.
50 on no. If it helps at all, last year it ended up being yes last year. It was very close though, so. Ooh,
This is
You know
specifically the
what?
kickoff.
Yeah.
correct. Just for my sanity of having to count for one showcase. I think I will go 150 yes,
Big spend.
because
Wow.
I don't know. I'm thinking there's a lot of ninjas games this year. They love the double jump. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling the double jump this year. It usually takes just like one or two games. It really depends.
That's
I
true.
changed my bet.
You can't. Did I
Let's take a
convince
50
you?
on 50 on yes, actually.
All right. And McNulty bet 100 on yes, so we are all feeling the double jumps. All right, I am getting close to my total. I may need to adjust my bids a little bit.
Yeah, I'm close. I'll probably
But
have
next we got Grand Theft Auto 6 opens or closes to showcase. We know it's not coming out this year because of recent news, but that hopefully doesn't change this bet too much. So, and very low odds. Yeah.
I'll put 150
yes.
on yes.
I think I'm uneven right now, so I'll put 50 on yes since the odds are high.
I want to say 100 on no.
Okay. No. Now, the real question is if I think it shows up or not. Because if it does show up, it really is an opener or closer. Like, there's no way
Yeah,
they'd stick that in the middle of a
100%,
show.
Yeah, it's just hard to say. I mean, if they're delaying it a year, though, they might show it off.
But it's
but
like, let's see, how long has it been in
Part
development?
of me almost wants to say it will show up because they gave it the bad news of the release date now.
yeah, which I could see them like. But then I could with
But then
that I
goes
could see
so
them
far
not
away.
opening. I could see them not
Yeah.
opening with it though, and just being like here's a just like we talked to our friends at Rockstar, and here's an update about the blah 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 GTA 6, and then they'll come on and they'll be like they'll say that please understand we need more time, blah blah blah, and hopefully this will tide you over with a sneak preview or something like that. And then I can see that being in like the middle of a showcase instead of being like the end, like because the end is always like I feel like the opener and the closer is usually like a big game and you get a date, like a Silk song or something will close or open, like something that we've been waiting on forever that is saying yes, it will come out this year.
But with this being over a year away, I don't really see them doing this.
Yeah,
That's
well,
true too.
I'm just taking the 50 with the high odds. Why not?
You know what? I'm just gonna skip this one. I don't like it. It's yeah. It could go either way, and
I'll reassess.
we'll see. I'll reassess too. All right. McNulty put 50 on yes, so. All right. Next, Now this is weird because this ended up being the lowest odds bet if you want the biggest payout, which I did not. What universe has like Beyond Good and Evil and Metroid Prime become less believable than Half-Life 3, which we'll get to, but so this is what I call the Beyond bet. Beyond Good and Evil 2 and or Metroid Prime 4 Beyond go beyond respective release expectations, which means either Beyond Good and Evil 2 is proven to live again and is shown or mentioned in any capacity during a showcase, or Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is delayed beyond 2025.
I do not see Metroid Prime 4 being delayed.
Yeah.
So
The fact that they're showing
If
it
you-
out at the live events, and like that's like their main like show off for the mouse controls outside of drag and shoot or whatever it's called, drag and drive, whatever that basketball game is.
So to get the yes bet of what the big payout, one of two things has to happen. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is shown or Metroid is delayed. Either one.
And that's
If you don't believe either of those will happen, bet no.
And Beyond Good and Evil is Ubisoft.
Correct.
Is Ubisoft
But-
Microsoft now? Or are they still?
No.
Okay, they're still. I can't keep up with who they've bought.
They're
They
separate.
haven't. Okay. Sorry.
So
They're just European, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
if one of these two things happens, is that considered a no?
No, if
No.
one thing happens, it's a
I mean, if and or, so that means if either one happens, the yes bid wins.
I'll put 50 on yes.
50 on yes versus Dish.
I want to put 200 on no.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
That's a yes?
as a no.
Oh.
No. As in, he believes our Metroid Prime 4 is the only true Beyond now, and it will come.
Yeah, I think that'll be this year, and I don't think we're going to see Beyond Good and Evil 2.
No. We're never going to see Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I don't know, guys. So let me give you some skepticism here. They just.
I'm
announced-
sorry. Based on like the last stuff we saw about that, I don't consider that game Beyond Good and Evil. That's some.
No, what the issue is that they
I'm going to put 100 yes.
they did show interest with Beyond Good and Evil last year because they
Oh, with the
they
HD
re-released-
remake or whatever.
Yeah, they did the re-release.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
So you got to think of it that way. This guy broke his wrist, I think. That sucks. Sorry.
The payout is too tempting. I'm gonna put 100 yes. Just either or. I could see in a wild scenario that one of the two happens.
Yeah, throw a 50 on it for me. 50 yes, why not?
50 yes. All right. Mike is like, you're just throwing your money away, all of you.
Potentially.
All
Either
right,
that or
and
I'm
our
misunderstanding the question.
I did kind of word it confusingly. All right, our last bet, and then we can go over if you want to make any changes. But Valve counts to 3. I all those examples, but yes, I think we all understand what this means. Valve makes something with a 3.
No.
How much no?
50.
50 no.
I want to put the rest of my money on no. So that should be 150.
That you did the math correctly.
I had the calculator app though.
I don't have any bid money left, but I could make a change. Because I'm at 1,000 currently.
Throw 50 on yes. Go big or go home.
This is the year finally happening.
Yeah. Or it's just gonna be Half-Life Alyx 2.
I'm obligated.
You know
to
what?
50 on no.
I'm skipping this. I have 1,000, and I don't want to touch. I don't touch Valve Counts of 3 ever. It's a waste of money.
Yeah, well, I have $50 to spend, and that puts me at 1,000 even. So, I think.
All right. Yeah, it does. The only one who's not even at the moment is Sadish, which we'll get to where he wants to put his.
I'll put another
Remaining
50 on the Mario Kart DLC.
Another 50 on Mario Kart DLC.
Yes.
And then you have 50 more still.
Yes. So you all bet
Yeah, let's
that
just
there
tie
will
the
be
game with
new
6 minutes left.
PlayStation
Oh,
on Microsoft. So what makes you think that there's going to be that they're going to release something new?
Nothing.
there's been talk. Wait, were you talking about console or Valve?
Yeah, console.
Consoles. Yeah, there's definitely been like wasn't there that Microsoft leak like last year with the European lawsuit or whatever, free trade, and it showed like they had all these plans for consoles coming up and stuff.
There's rumors of them having a new console coming out next year, or either next year or 2027. Microsoft. And there's heavy rumors that PlayStation and Microsoft are both going to make handhelds.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And the fact that this bet is for either or is like, I don't know, it gives you a little wiggle room. So,
All right, I'll take 50 on yes.
You know, 50 on yes.
Yeah.
I just realized, like, and I don't think I'm going to change my mind, but every year the bets usually end up overwhelmingly no as like the result. I think only 4 bets last year ended up being yes. And every year I tell myself I need to bid no more. And I'm looking at my bets and I still have not learned my lesson.
It's okay. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take my 50 from Valve and throw it on. Throw it on Silk Song.
Silk Song, yes.
Yes.
Alright. Shun the non-believer.
I want to make sure I'm understanding one question right on line 17.
Yes.
So if I think
Okay.
BG&E 2 will probably not be shown, and I think Metroid Prime 4 is coming out this year, that should be a no for me, right?
You are correct.
Okay. Can we change my bet though? Well, straight.
Yeah.
Make that 150
Okay.
and put the extra 50 on the double jumps. So bring that up to 100.
Oh yeah. Yes, this is Year of Ninjas, right?
Yeah.
Even though everyone is
Ninja Gaiden
betting for
4.
mice.
Not mice. Anthropomorphic characters. Not just mice.
It's gonna be all these dating sims that are.
Alright, you
girls.
didn't even bet. I guess you are a ninja believer, Mike. So I was the only one who bid on mice.
I didn't even bid on that. That's right. So many questions.
Now I'm feeling like I bet a little too heavy on the mice.
Because if it was like more games with anthropomorphic characters than ninjas, then I would have bet. But more ninjas than them, I don't know about that. I feel like there's gonna be more of the
Yeah,
characters.
I'm sticking to it. All right, everybody happy with their bets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Yep, I'm good.
I need to hear a yes from chat. All right, we are locking it in.
Yep. We'll just have to get Chris's bets.
Yes, and through the power of editing, you will see Chris's bets here when it is on YouTube. So, but that will do it then for our 2025 E3 betting special. And I guess you will find out the results sometime near the end of June once all these showcases are done. And somebody will win the golden ticket. So.
Woohoo. Cool. Well, yeah.
But yeah. Thanks everyone for joining in, and happy gaming, everyone. And we'll stop the recording now.
All right.
You can't see me waving, but I'm waving. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.